Post-graduation work permits are open work permits for international students who graduated from Canadian institutions. Now, these are open work permits, meaning that you have the freedom to work for any employer anywhere in Canada. A post-graduation work permit allows you to stay in Canada and work full-time after you complete a certificate, diploma, or degree that is at least 8 months in length. You don't need a job offer to apply and you can work anywhere in Canada. Now, to be eligible for a post-graduation work permit, you must have completed a program that was at least 8 months long at an eligible college, university, or trade school. Your study program must lead to a degree, diploma, or certificate. You should hold full-time status in Canada during every academic semester of your program. You should receive a final transcript and graduation letter from your institution because these letters must be included in your application. A post-graduation work permit can take anywhere from 60 to 180 days to process. If you Google PGWP processing time, you can check the current processing time. For example, here right now in August 2021, as you can see, it's 56 days, which I think is much better compared to previous years. I've heard from some people it took 5 to 6 months. The next question is, how many times can I apply for post-graduation work permit? You can only apply for work permit once. If you're planning on taking another program or longer program, applying after the longest period of study will grant you a work permit for up to 3 years. A post-graduation work permit is valid for anywhere between 8 months up to 3 years. The actual length depends on the length of your program. If you completed a program under 8 months, you're not eligible for this work permit. If you completed a program between 8 months and 2 years, your work permit will be valid for the same length of your study program. Now, if you completed a program in 2 years or more, your work permit will be valid for 3 years. The deadline to apply for this work permit is within 180 days or 6 months of getting your final transcript and graduation letter. If the study permit expires before you get your letters, you can apply for a visitor record to stay in Canada longer, or you can leave Canada and apply for your post-graduation work permit. The fee for post-graduation work permit is $155 plus the open work permit fee, which is another $100. So in total, it's gonna be 255 Canadian dollars. Alright, I want you to go to canada.ca and from here select your language. Next, from the menu, I want you to go to immigration and click on my application. Click on sign in or create an account. Next, I want you to scroll down a little bit. Now you have the option to log in with a sign-in partner like your bank or continue with a GC key. Now, after you log in into your account, you can view the applications you have submitted or continue an application. The next step is to click on apply to come to Canada, even though you're already in Canada, but you have to click on this one. Next, it's going to ask you a personal reference code. Now, most of you guys don't have any codes, so I want you to click on the visitor visa or work permit. Alright, from here you can find out if you are eligible to apply. There are a few questions that you should answer, all of them. The first one is going to ask you, what would you like to do in Canada? And the answer to that is work. Next, it's going to ask, how long are you planning to stay in Canada? Even though most of you guys want to stay here permanently, but you have to click on temporary, more than 6 months. The next question is, select the code that matches the one on your passport. What's your current country or territory of residence? If you are presently in Canada, you should select Canada. So we are going to select Canada. Do you have a family member who is a Canadian citizen or permanent resident and is over 18 years or older? And my answer is no. You should answer based on your own situation. And the last one on this page is asking for your date of birth. On this page it's asking, are you a lawful permanent resident of the United States? Next it's asking, what's your current immigration status in Canada? For most of us guys, it's going to be student. Do you plan to work on campus? Are you a full-time student at a participating post-secondary institution and want to work off campus up to 20 hours per week? So the answer to this question is no, because you are no more a full-time student. If you are applying for this program, it means that you are done with your studies. So the answer to this question is no. Have you recently graduated from a participating Canadian institution? Is your work an essential part of your studies, for example, a co-op? And the answer is no. Have you been told by an Immigration, Refugee and Citizenship Canada office that you are approved in principle of permanent residence in Canada? And the answer is no. Have you submitted a permanent resident application in Canada? No. Do you have a written job offer? My answer is no, it is not necessary for the post-graduation work permit. Next, what's your marital status? What's your province of destination? Mine is British Columbia. Select yours. So here when you click next, it's going to show you your results. It says based on the information you provided, the results below indicate whether you may be eligible to come to Canada. For now, I'm going to click on continue. Have you had a medical exam performed by an IRCC authorized panel physician within the last 12 months? No. If you had one, simply select yes. Have you lived in a designated country or territory for more than 6 months in the last year? No. If you're not sure about that, click on this question mark and you can see which countries are designated countries. Next, it's going to ask you about a medical exam if it is needed for your future job. Do you want to submit an application for a family member? No, I'm going to submit it for myself. Are you giving someone access to your application? No. There are fees associated with this application. Will you be paying the fees? Yes, I will be paying my application fees. Are you able to make a digital copy of your documents? Yes. Will you be paying your application fees online? Yes. So here you can review your answers and make sure that everything you entered was entered correctly. You can click on continue. Now you're on your document checklist. From here, I want you to click on this application and download this application. Now I want you to open this PDF file with Adobe because you'll be able to edit and validate it. So first thing first, make sure you enter your UCI number, which is on the top right side of your study permit. Question number 3 is about applying for one of the following, which is apply for a work permit for the first time or with a new employer. Question 7 is going to ask about the current country or territory of residence, which is Canada. But here the from date is the date that you have entered Canada, and to date is the date of the expiry of your study permit. Over here is asking for your national identity document, which is different from your passport. If you're a lawful permanent resident of the US and you have a valid green card, you can click on yes or no over here. Coming into Canada. Now, the first question is going to ask you about the date and place of your original entry to Canada. Place must be your first entry into Canada, which is usually a Canadian airport. Your original purpose for coming to Canada is study. Next, it's going to ask your document number, which is located at the top right of your study permit. Details of intended work in Canada. Question 1 is asking what type of work permit are you applying for? Most of you guys are here for the post-graduation work permit. Question 2 is asking for the detail of your prospective employer. Now, a job offer is not required for a post-graduation work permit, so you can leave these questions from 2 to 7 blank. Now, employment is going to ask you all of your paid or unpaid work you have done in the last 10 years inside or outside of Canada, full-time or part-time. So carefully read the background information and honestly answer to all of these questions over here. I just want to quickly mention that in the question number 2, C is going to ask you, have you previously applied to enter or remain in Canada? And since most of you guys entered to come to Canada to study before, you have to answer yes to this question. So at the end, you have to simply enter your first name and last name and enter the date. Just validate the form. So after you validate and save your application form, here you have to upload all of your files, including the form we just filled in. You have to upload the completion of your studies letter, or graduation letter or certificate. It's going to ask you to scan the pages of your passport. If you got a new passport after you entered into Canada, you should scan all of the pages of your old passport and the first page and every page with the stamp of your new passport. You can pay your fees $255 and submit your request. Now, there are some things you need to do after receiving your work permit. The first thing you want to do is to update your MSP or medical service plan, which is an insurance. Make sure you apply to extend your social insurance number or update it, and make sure you apply for a new TRV or ETA if it is required. So I hope this video was helpful. Make sure you like and subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you watch one of these videos next. There are tons of valuable tips you don't want to miss. As always, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.